this. It will have this Cali @Cali. Every shell session looks like this. So this is terminal, but this is shell here, right? So this whole is terminal, but this is shell. So what is this Cali @Cali here? So this first thing here, this thing is your username. Okay, so this is your username. So here Cali is my username, and this thing here, the next after is your machine name. So in here both are same. Cali is also my machine name, and Cali is also my username. Both are same. In your case, it could be different. It could be like whatever you have made while installing it, right? It could be like if your name is like if it, suppose my name is Rasha, I can make it like Rasha Kali Linux. Doesn't matter, like right, like this is machine name. Just remember that this is machine name and this is your username. Okay, now after this thing appears here, right, like $sign. So what does $sign mean? This $sign means that you have right now just user privileges. User privileges. In Windows, you have two things: user and administrator. In Linux, you have root and users. So you have a root user, like it's like an admin, like father of all the users, right? Like super user. Okay. So it have super user privileges, it have root level privileges, it have administrator level privileges, you can say. And right now I have user privileges that I can see by this sign, that is $, right? Like now so there is other sign. So just don't focus right now on my commands, whatever I'm typing right now. I just want you to show that the sign can change if I give super user access. So I can give super user access right now. Okay, and so just don't focus whatever I have typed right now. Okay, so I just want you to see that right now you can see the machine name is same, Cali, and the username have changed from Cali to root. So previously I have user level access and the username is root. Username is Cali, but right now the username have changed to root. So this is the root user, the admin user in any kind of Linux system, and you can determine the same fact by the sign. Previously the sign was $, and right now the sign has changed to hash. So this is another fact that you need to consider while using any kind of terminal or a shell. You can see like if this is already hash, that means if you get a shell access while doing hacking, if you get a shell access and you see like, oh, you get a hash there, that means you already got super user privileges. But if you got $sign, that means you got user privileges, and you need to do privilege escalation in order to escalate your privileges from user level to admin level to root level, right? So right now we are root, our username is root, and machine name is Cali, and we are root. We can check that fact also by this hash sign. Okay, so so there is a thing in Linux, that is I can check my command history, what commands I have typed using the up and down arrow key. So if I press my up arrow key, right now I'm pressing my up arrow key, I can see which command I have typed previously. So I have typed the command clear to clear the output that was there. Okay, so I can check my previous command. So similarly, by pressing the down key, I can go next, and by pressing the up key, I can go to the you can check your command history by up down key. Okay, so that by that way you can easily if you want to type the previous command again, you can just press up arrow key and hit enter, and it will automatically be entered. Okay, so I have so now let's try some simple commands. So the commands that I have typed right now, maybe some people didn't get, maybe some get. I think all of you, most of the people have get those commands also, but right now let me be the normal user once again. Okay, and let's get back to the /home directory. So whatever I am saying right now, maybe some people didn't get, maybe some people will get. So everything will be covered dheere dheere. Okay, so let's try some simple commands. So the first command that I want to show is in the Linux is date. So if you just type date and you hit enter, that this command will show you the current date, the current time, and the zone. So this is showing EDT here because when you install the OVA file, that is by default in the EDT, Eastern. I don't know the complete full form, but right now in my area the time is 2:36 a.m. Okay. Then there is another command called cal that can show you the calendar. Okay, that will show you the calendar. So it is July 2021 and it is 8th of July and the day is Thursday, right? Then there is one more command. There are so many commands. There is not like one more command, but I will show you just 3-4 commands right now. So the other command is df. Okay, it will show you the free space on your disk drives and the available space. Okay, so this is how the drives in Linux looks like. Okay, so /dev/sda1 is the main drive here. Okay, and other command is free. Okay, so this command when you type free and hit enter, it shows you the amount of RAM. Okay, the free amount of RAM, it will show you the memory space. Okay, all about the RAM. Then if you want to do exit from the session, from this terminal, so there is one more command that I want to show for this part. We will open the terminal once again, but there is some theory part that I want to cover first. Okay, so let me show you one more. So now we have got some output on our terminal, right? Date, cal, this output. Now suppose we want to clear this output. What we will do? We will type clear, and this all will clear. Now if you want to see the date, cal again, but we so now let's try to use the up arrow key. I'm hitting up arrow key and clear. I'm hitting it again, free, df, cal, and date. We are now at date. Let's hit enter. We got date again. Let's go to cal. We got cal. Let's go to free. We got free. Let's now clear this, and that's all. Okay, so these are some simple commands that any newbie, this is for those people who are very new to Linux. Okay, so now you have seen how a shell looks like in a terminal. This was a shell. This was a bash shell, and this is how it looks like. This is bash shell. Okay, this is not Z shell. That will I will show you how you can check whether it's a bash shell or Z shell. I don't want to ruin the whole dilemma of whatever I have planned. I have planned something like that's how we will proceed in an order. Okay, so if you want to now exit the terminal from the shell, you just need to type exit, and this will exit. Okay, so right now we so because we have sessions here in terminal, so this got exited from the home user, but we have root user also. So we will type exit again, and before that we have an normal user session from the first when we just opened the terminal. So we will press it again, and now we got exited. Okay, so that's how I have shown you some simple commands that you can type in a Linux shell, right? So let's go to the second part now, that is navigation. Okay, so before we go to navigation, let me open my presentation once again. So yeah, this part is done. Our first keystrokes are done. Now let's move to something the main concept in Linux, that is file system tree. So to know about the file system, how you will access files and directories also called folders, right? So how you will access so how in Linux, how the file system is made. Okay, so we will see it. So first thing is that in Linux, it have a hierarchical directory structure. That means that you have a parent node, a parent directory, okay, a parent, and it have childs. The child have subchilds, and those subchild have subchilds, and those childs that I'm talking about, those childs could be folders and files. Right now, I hope you are getting the point. Like those childs and those parent, that parent is the first parent, the first directory in this directory structure is called root directory, and so it is organized like in like a tree-like pattern, and you have a root directory that is slash directory, okay, and then after this you have several directories in Linux like bin, tmp, and media, home, root, okay. So you have several directories, and those directories have another level. They also have like subdirectories, and those could have other directories, and those in Windows you call them folders, okay, you call them folders, but here in Linux you call them directories, okay. So just clear this fact that I will not call from the next part these directories as these as folders, right? I will always call them as a directory, okay. So if I'm talking about that I'm moving from this directory to this directory, that means I'm moving from this folder to this folder, okay. So in Linux we have concept of directories, not folders. Like basically those are also folders, but we call this in Windows, not in Linux, right? So so we have a root directory. So let me show you by an image. So here is a normal image. So the first directory is called this root directory, and it have subdirectories like bin, export, lib, usr, and there are more directories. I will show you all, okay. And that directory, some directory could have a subdirectory, okay, and those directories could have other directories. Like here home have some users, user 1, user 2, user 3, like that Kali user that I have shown you previously in my terminal, in my system, that was also stored in this home directory. Every user's directory is in this home directory, and except root, the roots directory starts from there, slash, and then after this here there is a root subdirectory, okay. For the I have shown you a root user also now that which got a hash sign. For that there is a directory here, subdirectory here, root. But for normal users, they have a directory in this home folder, in home directory, okay. So you have user 1, user 2, user 3. So I have Kali, I could have encoded guy and Rasha here also, okay. So I can make those users. For that we will talk about this in the next videos, okay. So that's how the directory structure, the tree structure, the file tree structure works in Linux. That's how it looks like, okay. So we will not talk about like everything in detail here. This is just a video, like first video, okay. So let's talk about the first command, that is pwd, print working directory. So this is a command in Linux to print the directory in which you are working right now. So let's get to the terminal, and I will show you like how, like by typing it. So let's get to practicing, okay. So I'm back to my terminal, and again Kali @Kali, we have a $sign, that means user session, a normal user shell, okay. No root shell right now, normal user shell, okay. So now if we type pwd, that means it will show us the working directory in which we are right now, okay. So if I hit enter, so I have told you that normal user session, that is Kali here. I have just opened the terminal right now. So it is in this home directory. So we have this slash directory, and after this we have home directory, and in this home directory we have this Kali directory, okay. So this is the directory here we have. So pwd is just used if to print the working directory, okay. So So now let's talk about the next command, and after this I will show you some demo by mixing all the commands, right? So the next command is ls, that is used to list the files and directories. So if you are in a directory and if you want to see the files and folders or directories that are present there in that directory, you can just hit ls and press enter, and that's all. It will show you the files and directories present in that directory. Okay. So this is again my terminal. We put pwd before this, and now we will put ls here. Let's see what are the files in my this Kali. So normally there are this for every user shell we have this desktop, documents, downloads, music. In servers it's not like this, but for a normal desktop operating system it is like this: desktop, documents, download, music, pictures, and this normal things that we see in Windows also. Okay, so so this is how like ls work. This is for listing the files and the directories. So let me show you in GUI how you are working here. Okay, in GUI. Okay, so let's open file explorer. Okay, so if I go to home, so this is home. There is other way I can do it. If I go to other location, computer, so this is my slash directory, computer, and we were at home and Kali. Okay, so we need to go to home. There is home. There is home, and we need to go to Kali. And here when we were there, we were here like we were here in this this time, and when we did pwd, then it showed us that where we are right now, and it showed us that we are at this this home slash Kali directory. And when we did ls, it showed us that we have these files and folders there. Okay, so that's how pwd and ls work. So let's now move to the next command. Now suppose you have listed the files and directories and you wanted to change the directory. You wanted to go to the next directory, some other directory, and you wanted to go to the previous directory. So how will you do it? You need a command for that, and that command is cd, change directory. So let's see practical for this. Okay, so now right now if suppose we have these files here. Let me do ls once again. We have these files here. Okay, and now if I wanted to go to this desktop here, okay, this desktop, so how will I go? I will type cd and the directory I wanted to go into. Okay, so cd desktop. So if I just hit enter, now you can see here this thing also changed, and that this shows that right now after home slash Kali, so this sign, this asterisk sign, this means that I am at some user's home directory, and after this means that I am at slash home slash Kali slash desktop. So right now if I open it, so if I do pwd here, it will show me that I'm at desktop directory, and if I do ls here, then it will show me the same files that I'm getting in the GUI here, in the desktop here. You can see that I have these three folders and this one text file here. Okay, and on the desktop I have these same files here. You can see here, right? So this is how GUI and the terminal works. So right now you are here you are working in a shell, and that is directly interacting with the operating system. But here this is also a shell, but here behind this virtual consoles are working, virtual shells there are, so you can't see them, but there are virtual consoles. So because they also need to interact with the operating system, but to make it easier for the user to use the operating system, they have made this graphical user interface, file managers, file explorers for us. But it's good for a hacker or a pen tester or even for a normal user to directly interact with the operating system. So this is how you can use cd, ls, and pwd. So now suppose you wanted to go to the next directory, you wanted to go to the rasha directory. So how you can go to the rasha directory? You can suppose you want not to the rasha directory, you wanted to go to this directory. So there are some set list. Okay, so there are some security purpose word lists that are stored in this directory. Okay, so if you want to go to the passwords directory now, you will do the same cd passwords, and by ls I have listed the files that were in the setlist directory. And now by doing pwd I can check my working directory, and now by doing ls I can see the password and passwords and directory is there. The files and directory is there. Okay, so these are the files and directories there, right? So now in order to so that's all about cd, ls, and pwd. These are basically we use in Linux for navigation. So there are other things also with cd, ls, and la that we will show not today but in the next part. So I hope this all is clear, because the video is a little bit more longer today. I don't know like why this. I've just covered few things, but now in order to clear this output that we have, you know what we have to type. We have to type clear, and in order to exit. So now suppose you wanted to. So that we will cover in the next part. There are some other things we have to cover. So if you want to do exit, let's press exit and exit. So that's all about this practical part. There is one more thing that I have to show you. Let's see this thing also. Okay. So Linux has no concept of file extension. Okay, it has no concept of file extension. Suppose I name a file as .png and I name the same file as .jpg. Linux will or if I name with no extension and it's an image file, it's a JPEG file, so Linux will understand automatically that it's a JPEG file by its hex headers. So no matter, it doesn't matter if you have put while naming it, if you have extension with it or not. If it's an HTML file, it will determine it with a normal hex headers. Okay, so I will show you this thing while we do forensics and all, and while we do a thing called while we use a file command. There is a command called file that you can use to determine the type of file that is you have. So you can, if you want to determine the text file, you can do file and the file name .txt, and that will show you that it's a text file. If you want to do the same for a JPEG file or for a PNG file or a zip file, you can do the same, like file rashahacks.zip file .zip, and it will show you like it's a archive file. And that's how the things in Linux work. It have no concepts of file extension. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you have liked the video. And if you have liked the video, then please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And thank you so much. And I hope you all are doing well in this pandemic situation. And that's all for today. Thank you so much.